We finally saw the trailer for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, and you know what that means. It's time for wild speculation and theories. And today, we're going to be talking about Mesmer the Impaler. During the trailer, we got glimpses of the DLC's big bad, Mesmer the Impaler, and everyone wants to know who this new bad boy is. So here comes the wild speculation. My thought initially was that this is just Miquella taking on a new identity as Mesmer. I mean, their names both start with M, and that weirdly means something in this world. Now, his hair is red instead of the golden blonde like it's usually depicted, but that could just mean that it may have turned red during his gestation period inside the cocoon. Or it's just red because this is a weird dream world, who knows? But his sister, and most tellingly of all, his father, Radagon, have red hair. So who's to say that the ginger gene just has finally made its way to Miquella as he's gotten older? Mesmer also has a similar long, gross arm to the one that is hanging out of Miquella's cocoon, the same one that will hypothetically bring us to the DLC. So it's not out of line to think that Mesmer could be an alias of Miquella. When the first time he used an alias, as in content that was cut from the game, he was originally set to be revealed as Saint Trina, who is sort of like the god of sleep. Now that is cut content, so technically it's not canon, but From Software often reuses or repurposes their cut content. So that revelation could become canon in Shadow of the Erdtree. Mesmer's attacks in the trailer also seem to use fire that looks very reminiscent of Mohg's Blood Flame attacks, which could imply that he picked up some tricks from his captor down in Mohgwyn Palace. Of course, my theory could already be ruined, because you see a godly figure at the end with golden hair, and that very well could be Miquella instead. Or, even crazier theory here, what if they're both Miquella? After all, Radagon and Marika were both two separate entities and the same person, and Miquella is a direct descendant of that weird-ass couple. So what if, within the Shadow Realm of this DLC, Miquella was split into two beings, with one being classic Miquella and the other one being the evil Mesmer the Impaler? Maybe the whole point of this entire DLC is that Miquella's psyche has been split in two as a result of him being ripped out of the Erdtree and stolen by Mohg. And it's up to you to fix him by defeating Mesmer and putting him back together again. Now, I think that theory is somewhat sane, at least as sane as Elden Ring theories get anyway. But it's pretty easy to argue against it. For example, Mesmer has the same kind of eyes as someone who has devoured a dragon heart. As far as I can tell, no one in his immediate family, that being his parents, Marika and Radagon, and his twin sister, Malenia, have those same eyes, nor have any connections to dragons. So it's odd for Mesmer to have these eyes if he is Miquella, or one half of Miquella. Miquella also has no connection to snakes, as far as I know, so it seems odd for Mesmer to be hanging around with them. But you know who does love snakes? Yeah, old snaky boy here. Perhaps Mesmer is somehow related to Rykard. It's never stated anywhere that Rykard had a son, but maybe this is the first time we discover that Rykard sired an heir to his weird snaky throne. Heck, at the end of the whole Volcano Manor questline, if you defeat Rykard, you can return to the place where he was beaten to see that Tanith is in the process of devouring his head. This game is weird. Maybe somehow that created offspring within Tanith that turned out to be Mesmer. Maybe that even means that Mesmer is somehow a new incarnation of Rykard, as Rykard does imply after his death that he can never truly die. That could explain the lizard-like eyes, although maybe not, since even in his snake form, Rykard didn't have lizard eyes. It's also possible that Mesmer is a long-lost child of Radagon and Queen Rennala that was cast aside and forgotten after that union ended. Or maybe he's a child of Malenia. It's possible that she had a son sometime before her encounter with Radahn in Caelid. And speaking of Malenia, it's possible that Mesmer is a never-before-mentioned sibling of Malenia and Miquella. Those two are twins, but perhaps they have an older or younger brother that has been forgotten by history, nameless king style. Hell, we've all assumed that these statues around the Erdtree are of Malenia and Miquella, but what if that kid is actually Mesmer? that's just a bit of speculation about this Elden Ring trailer, and honestly, I could go all day when it comes to wild Elden Ring theories. What if Mesmer is actually Patches? So I'm gonna end the video here, but hey, if you got any crazy theories about who Mesmer may be, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Hell, you can even tell me how wrong any of these ideas are because I forgot a piece of lore because I haven't played this game in like 2 years, so I don't know. But you could be sure that come June 21st, when this DLC drops, we will be covering the hell out of it. And for all your gaming news and guides, you should check out thegamer.com. I'm Jamie Latour, and now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go watch this trailer another 50 times and just continue to pick things out of it. Like, do you see that part where the guy does all the karate kicks? That part's awesome.